Welcome to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. Join us in our campaign and shenanigans as we explore the subterranean labyrinths, plunder hordes of treasure, battle legendary monsters. This podcast will be following our gaming group and the adventures of these characters, as well as a few guests from time to time. Join us as we start a new campaign and our journey to experience the best, and maybe the worst, in the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons.
Hey guys, Jim here from Creative Playing Podcast Network. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up. We've actually made a Kickstarter to help make the podcast a little better, pick us up some new audio and a little video equipment, and if our Kickstarter goes really well, we're actually going to be getting digital artwork equipment, so that way we can make a webcomic on the Creative Playing Podcast Network website, so that way we can make a few more things to help make the podcast just a little bit better, a little bit more fun. Hope you guys get a chance to check out Kickstarter, and it's going to be called Help Creative Playing Podcast Make Upgrades for Season 2. Alright guys, like always, thank you for listening, and thank you for any support you can provide. If you can't help us out monetarily speaking, by all means, please help us by sharing the word. And if you've got any friends that like gaming out there, conventions, anything along those lines, even if they want to just see some things, just let them know about our Kickstarter, and hopefully by word of mouth, by the end of September, we can go ahead and get this launched. Alright guys, thank you very much. Alright, welcome back to D&D Journey, the 5th edition. So last we wrapped up, the guys were under Red Larch. So just for a quick refresher, guys, let's remind everybody what your adventure hooks are. So,
adventure hooks?
Remember at the very beginning of the game you picked some little dealios? Like for, I believe... Huh? What?
How Canadians are born. We're a different breed.
Oh, he's watching a little video. This
oh
man,
no, not the Canadians.
Oh, he's coming up under the ice in the water.
That is what happens.
Oh, yeah, like baby seals. They just burst forth from the ice.
Okay.
Actually, that's their first form, and then they metamorphosize into Canadians.
Into Wolverine.
Well, we're proud to have a
Wolverine,
Canadian
shake,
amongst our group.
Shake,
and then Wolverine, yeah.
Shake, shake, shake.
Canadian.
That's the ultimate form.
Yeah.
That's the evolved form.
That is the pinnacle of Canadian.
It's kind of like our evolved form is the bald eagle.
There you go. So for Sister Solace, we have the ominous dream. You've seen dreams of the Earth Prophet Marlos. In dreams, and you know that he is a dangerous villain who must be stopped. So that
And
is.
my order has sent me to purge him from this land.
So I believe we have Talon has the Dark Omens.
Yes, so nature's out of balance.
Portents are clear that nature is out of balance. Terrible disaster is drawing closer
Like a
with
giant
every
hole in the middle
passing
of the
day.
street.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You're right.
Xander has.
Okay.
Xander has.
You mean Cassandra?
Where's my goddamn boat?
Yes.
I'm supposed to be a pirate. I have no boat. That's his hook.
He's
What
the
is the
pirate
boat?
who walked
He's a
away
shipless
from.
pirate.
He's
a
the pirate.
shipless pirate.
He's the pirate who walked away from the sea.
Oh.
But he
The first
actually
mystery.
has the mud sorcerer, I recall, right? That
Likes
months
putting mud
ago,
on
the
top.
character was robbed by a Gensai who killed several innocent bystanders. Now it's time to find.
What's a Gensai?
It's basically a human who's half human and half elemental.
And it dices and chips.
A mentor,
and makes
pack of
julienne
wolves,
fries.
That can cut through
Slices and
pennies.
dices and cuts.
I've
Yeah,
also
and cut
heard
through
pronounced
aluminum
genasi.
cans. Yeah.
Genasi.
Yeah.
We can go with Genasi. That
That
makes
was
perfect
better.
sense. Okay, so basically Xander's hunting for that Genasi.
That nasty Genasi.
Nasty Genasi.
I will skin him if I find him.
If you find him.
I believe
if you
that.
find him. And I believe O'Toole secretly has walked away. Would you mind if I say it out loud?
You're gonna betray.
It's all right.
O'Toole is
She's gone.
actually-
Yeah, wait, you've
O'Toole is
gone
actually
British.
just figured elf.
Her character was briefly recruited by the fire cultists, but never took up arms with them.
For her elfiness.
Oh,
I didn't know.
Now she wants
were
to
led
stop the
astray.
villains before they give all mercenaries and such bad names.
Right? Yeah. All.
And she was cursed to become a dwarf.
I believe
First
in
of all,
retribution.
she thought it was a Tupperware party.
I
And-
did.
And then and only then when they got to the end where they said, now,
But
if
your
you buy
peas
this,
in
you
a
get to
bowl.
murder somebody.
But now you finally have your ever flowing Tupperware, so you're
Yeah,
good.
don't need it.
And then we have Kriv, who is seeking revenge, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Seems
isn't that the
pretty
same?
vengeance-y.
Fire
Same.
cultists
No, mine's
torched
bad
the
omens.
character's home
I'm like,
and
So you
raised
could
the
revenge
defenses.
yourself on Untook right here.
I don't know about her.
And then just like drop the mic. I'm done.
and Kriv is sworn to
Drop
stop
my
the
mic.
fire cultists.
Yes.
And I'm down to help.
Yeah, I totally hate the fire
Well,
cultists.
those guys are so.
I don't know the gang signs.
She's doing penance.
It's
This tattoo that says "Love Fire."
Apparently, these
well,
deserve.
actually,
It also works very well in certain circumstances with the barkeep.
Actually, their symbol is like a bowl.
Oh, it's a bowl.
It's a bowl.
Oh my!
Apparently-
That's how they sucked her in. Tupperware.
Yeah,
Right?
The Earth guy.
because she's all about the brewing and the soup.
Yeah, I was like, great. They're like
Soup
all
bowl.
about
She thought it was a
stew.
cooking club.
I
Wait,
did.
what cult is all about stew?
The stew cult.
Well, other than the well-known and very famous stew cult.
The cult of lammy goodness.
I think you're making that one up.
It's the cult of the blue oyster.
I know that.
The Order of the Mushu Pork.
Yes.
No. Did you hear? They got run out by the cult of teriyaki chicken.
Yeah, it does
That's
happen.
right. Well, they have more members, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
In the Walk Wars.
oh yeah.
No,
there's-
interrupt our
Okay,
silliness,
so-
folks. Let's take this serious.
Focus. Everyone focus. So when we left off, you guys were coming out from the underground area, following the same route that you
We-
entered,
And we have a prisoner
and you have the prisoner.
who has chosen to repent and will do penance for his crimes.
Now,
You had a lot of good options.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
took him
really.
to the All Faith Temple.
So pretty much, what do you guys do with the insight that you have learned that the elders?
I
and
believe, like I
he's-
said last time, whoever buys me a drink gets to hear the story.
Okay, so the Brood is taking off to the tap house to tell his story to anyone who's willing to pay for it.
Kriv is
Well-
going to want to find the elders.
Yeah, maybe we should get
So
the
what we
elders
learned
together.
is that the elders are behind the shenanigans.
Well, they're part of. I have a feeling they're not behind it. I think they've been tricked, duped. Yeah.
I mean, I can definitely relate to being duped.
Bullied. is what
Generically.
Kriv says.
I'm sure
Generic.
there's
Yeah, it's like I have
specific
no
examples.
personal experience with
But
it.
you can imagine that
Yeah.
that it could happen. That
I-
people
That
could
they
make a
were
bad choice
misled.
and then not need to be shanked by the lizard guy in the party.
Right?
They were
Okay,
misled
so-
into darkness.
So as you guys are coming out of your underground escapades, is there anyone in particular you're looking out for at the moment?
That's somebody.
So we got
Noodles and
So
pretzels.
the sheriff?
you're going for the sheriff.
Well, no, I'm not
He
looking
wasn't
for him, but if he's
one.
around, I
Okay.
definitely want to flag him and
Yes,
rope him
because
into this.
this guy was his deputy.
Yes.
Right?
The prisoner that survived was
I think we should
the
call
sheriff's
all those-
deputy. What he did not implicate
meeting.
Okay,
He
well,
did not implicate the sheriff in these
Dark
wolf
deeds.
wolf
No, but it
deeds.
certainly will factor into what Kriv wants to say to the elders.
True.
Mm.
And Sister Solace is taking the prisoner to the church.
So I am taking him to the temple, where he has agreed to do penance. So, and I will confirm with the Father. What's his name?
What's his name?
Yeah, I have it here.
Okay.
On un
So
moment.
meanwhile, what is Talon doing?
Father Imdar. I'm going with Kriv.
Okay.
I'm mad.
Usually a good choice.
Okay. So as Kriv and Talon are going off to seek the sheriff,
Where are
he's
you
of
going?
course going back to the tap house.
Well,
You know he's married now.
I do, and that was a bit of a surprise, I have to admit.
She's an
Oh yeah,
elder,
it was
right?
shocking for us to learn
Because
that.
she
Yeah,
was an
like-
elder, wasn't she?
No.
She's one of the elders.
She's one of the elders, that's right.
Right.
She's involved.
I personally was shocked that the promiscuous bartender has a wife that he is cheating on.
Yes, we
It
were
was
all
entirely
shocked and
shocking.
dismayed.
He didn't wear a ring or anything. I checked.
Hey, no, this is all on him. It's not your problem.
That's right.
So,
I
I'll
mean,
probably...
getting on AshleyMadison.com.
You know,
I gotta interrupt, just so everybody knows you can edit this out. We turned on Ashley Madison, not only do these people get in trouble, the whole thing was
Oh,
a
the whole
scam
thing was
Yes,
a
there's
scam.
no no
They were
dudes
well
talking to dudes.
No, it was dudes
No,
talking to fake.
Fake. They created fake profiles
Yeah,
and stuff
they were
like
paid
that.
to create fake profiles because the ratio was something like 300 to 7.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'll have to leave that in. 'cause-
Okay,
and
sorry.
that's that hacked
Back to
scam
your,
site, right?
Back
Yeah,
to your
yeah,
scene.
yeah.
Back to your scene.
Okay.
Right, well, at least he didn't use a government issued email address. So, I'll be talking to Jan Fine Bunny Barkeep and asking him a few questions. Perhaps he knows some other elders that we might wish to, speak with at a later date after I ask him just what this whole marriage business is about.
You failed to
mention.
yeah.
You failed to mention the wife.
Oh, yeah.
Disclose.
Well, my bunny friend, I am here to ask if you know of any of your wife's friends who might also be elders in the council.
Nice.
Wife, you say.
Might we have a word with the elders?
Okay, so as you guys are splitting up to go do your things, the first thing that happens is as Kriv and Talon go to find the constable, the sheriff, he's probably at his wife's butcher shop, where he spends most of his time, with a few trustees working there.
They're working on his sheriffness.
Yes.
Yeah, really. Or lack thereof.
Okay, but
Fight situation going on.
as you guys are heading up there, you notice that there's a small gathering of crowd there already, and people are shouting. And you notice that the sheriff, he's shouting for people to just calm down. Everyone just calm down. And you hear a loud person just roar in frustration.
Who did the roaring?
Is it a kitty?
And
What's our progress
know
through the
why.
crowd?
Yeah, well,
Okay, are you
the crowd
pushing
is going
through
to
the crowd?
Yes,
Right.
we are.
okay, the crowd will make way for you guys because you guys
I'm
are down the freaking
angry.
hole.
Right.
It's almost like we're causing a riot.
No. They're
it's not a
walking
riot.
into something that's going on.
No,
And
it's
you-
almost like we caused the riot by showing it that was the deputy.
It's not a riot yet. It's still just a
Well,
mob.
pretty much that hasn't happened yet. He hasn't been exposed yet.
Yes. Okay, so at riot.
So
Wait. Did we take him out of the cave?
you're taking him out. We're all separating. She's
But there
taking
is
him to the church.
shenanigans.
Yes,
There's
nothing
there's
done.
shenanigans going on while you guys are coming
It's
out
almost
to
as if the
daylight.
world is moving.
Oh, so the
Yes.
people that saw his face aren't the ones.
This is at the constable's office, completely separate from your
Different mob.
different
mobs.
mob.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Multiple mobs.
It's a multiple mob town.
As you see some shouting and all of
It's a mob eat mob world.
this. Okay.
And now we're in bacon pants.
So as Kriv and Talon are pushing their way through the audience, they see a barbarian gentleman all trussed up in ropes, and some of the elders, basically this human female, she's basically saying, his kind are not welcome in our community. They're the reason that we have to defend ourselves from constant attack. And what does the barbarian do?
Oh, I'm jacked up, right? Okay, yeah, so he is jacked up. Like, if he's a good fighter, you can't tell, because he's missing the finger on one hand, and his arm is, like, all scarred up. He's got a scar on his face which pulls his eye down, missing a top ear and the same thing. So, yeah, he is not looking good. Like, yeah, if he's a good fighter, then he's not very good.
And it looks like someone's tying a noose at this very moment as the sheriff's trying to say, calm down, we're not hanging anybody. What is his crime? The sheriff's actually trying to find out what's going on here, but you notice one of the elders, she's actually goading the crowd into we hang him up high.
So this is the same person that probably wants the average people
So-
stabbed in the heart and fed to rats.
What do you guys do?
It's like, yeah, what has this man done?
I'm gonna look at the chick who's shouting.
And I'm like, looking at her, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna look at her, but what do I do? I'm gonna look at the chick that was shouting and be like,
What is his crime?
As soon as I get loose, you'll be the first.
It's like, what is his crime?
And she basically says, listen to him, he just threatened us.
He's too
It's
sexy.
like,
Too
too sexy for my noose. Too sexy for my noose.
You got to set me loose.
Exactly.
Okay, so what do you say?
It's like, I'd threaten you too if you had a noose around my neck. What is his crime?
He is an outsider who came and was threatening people here.
Threatening how?
And of course, and where have you been, outsider?
I've been under your town saving it.
And the
Pulling
whole,
the masks off of
Your people.
lackeys.
Yeah.
And
Sassy.
she
Unearthing an evil cult.
She gives you this whole dismissed of, excuse me?
Squeeze me?
Baking powder?
And the constable, immediately he's basically, he pushes through the crowd, he basically meets you guys, and constable's like, okay. And he basically shouts for, one of his guys working at the butcher shop to basically take the guy and just move him aside from the crowd.
Do I hear any of this on my travel?
No, you're way.
Opposite side of town.
Yep. As he basically comes up to you guys, what did you discover? What caused the sinkhole?
There, underneath this town is a series of
Dwarven ruins.
ancient
currently
dwarven
occupied.
ruins that seem to be being used by an evil earth cult that kills and murders people. And with sacrifices.
Their
And
overarching goal seems to be destruction.
they want to end the world.
Okay, both of you give me an insight roll.
Me? I'm never insightful.
You could be today.
I could be
be.
today.
This-
My
this
dice.
could
Love
be
the
your day
dice.
for
Perception,
Love the
right?
dice. No,
No
it's
insight. Oh, no insight, okay.
That's-
I should be
I
here.
got an 11 for insight.
Okay.
Should be here.
Yeah, you should have been.
Ooh.
I'm like, I'm not very
If I heard
insightful.
raised voices, I would come.
And you just hear some
I'm
people
gonna roll
scoff.
perception.
You
She
have
really
your
wants to be
prisoner
there.
with you. You're
I
going
know,
to the temple.
but if I'm hearing a ruckus, I will. And I hear nothing.
You
Still
roll,
opposite side of
you
town.
roll a 1.
Aren't we right across from the bar, though?
Technically, yeah. Well, you're a little further down.
Mm-hmm.
I got an 11. How's
Wait a minute.
that? I
We
mean,
have to hit the temple before we hit the bar.
Well, we're
But
doing
split up.
different
the group
ways.
split up. We're
Yes.
doing this as
We're not all
simultaneous.
traveling to the same place.
Exactly.
Because that way the whole group doesn't have to wait for you to do your temple thing. That, unless that's why I was asking where each group was going.
Right, so we're
If I
getting
hear
drunk,
this.
you're being pious, and these two
And
are
we're
being
angry.
proactive.
And all of a sudden, the sheriff, turns around and tells everyone to shut up. Basically, listen to what they're saying about the hole in the town. And of course, everybody
Everyone knows about the hole.
Yeah, everyone knows about the hole. But they didn't recognize you guys as the ones who went down the hole. So they want to string up this barbarian
Adventures go
guy.
down the hole.
Because unfortunately, the native tribes have a habit of raiding and pillaging, and now that things are getting tough, maybe
It's
that's
getting
what this
even worse.
barbarian was doing.
What?
I think
I
Mark
miss
was just
something?
knocking.
What?
Oh,
What?
not
Mark,
about the kids?
Mark,
Oh.
we're tired of your shenanigans.
What's wrong?
I think they're just waving
Is
to
there
say
somebody
hi.
out there?
Oh, who's waving?
I assume we don't do this.
Yep.
I guess you'll tell us when you regain consciousness.
Uh-oh.
We've reached Titter.
We have.
What is
Wow.
this?
This was stranger outside the window. I don't know.
Is she know him?
Was he like
She
flashing
knows
through
him.
the
She
window?
knows him. That's why she's
Wow.
laughing. Okay. I'm like, I didn't get the joke.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
Let's turn the microphone away from the table.
Okay.
For Tim's
Okay.
sake.
Let's talk seriously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Focus.
Okay.
Breathe.
Your focus needs a little more focus.
Do we at the bar hear any of this? Or
So while you're getting ready to explain your story to the sheriff, in the bar, it's
Yes.
loud, it's boisterous. There's people that are complaining about working on putting up some barricades around the hole to make sure nobody else falls in, securing some of the buildings.
Just
And-
karaoke.
Yeah.
And as soon as the druid walks in and says, "I'll tell my story to the first person who buys me a drink," 4 drinks show up at his side.
So there I was, standing over the bodies of my comrades.
It's
The
true.
last
It's true.
bastion of defense.
He's neglecting to mention that I was still standing.
But you're not there.
And I fought on, even as blood from wounds, not only from magic, but even arrows. It just weighed me down. But I stared at the eyes of whatever creature was causing this.
He should have been a bard.
Don't interrupt.
And I stared him in the eyes and I said, "Not today." And I roared and he ran.
And then the drunk little half comes up. You roared?
Yeah,
Yes.
I can do that.
And he puts another drink in front of you.
Now, more happened, but I'm getting a little parched.
Yeah, and he slides the drink towards you.
So,
And
there
he
I am.
slides some snack food in front of you too.
As he's eating it.
So, there I am. In one hand, carrying a fallen comrade out. And as we get, and I can see the bright light of day, but there's one thing in our way. Besides the climb, of course, that's easy. No, a band of men in plate built only of the earth itself. Charge at us. I quickly have to put my comrade down and charge forward, hoping to get that one hit that will save us.
Did you all die?
Yes. We
Yes.
all died.
If we all died.
That's why I'm a ghost.
He was dead the whole
As,
time.
as the
thirsty
halfling
ghost.
pokes you to make sure you're not a ghost.
I say as I eat the red M&M. Red.
Red M&M.
Okay.
Bravo.
Okay, so meanwhile,
Bravo.
Otuk, when you go to the bar, and there's a nice fresh mug, put it there with a smile from your paramour.
Oh, you are charming, aren't you?
Oh, lass.
And you're so happy, too.
With you, I am extremely happy.
Is it so? But your wife, she doesn't make you happy at all, does she?
No, she's a horrible woman.
Oh, that's why you told me all about her, isn't it?
Well, last time I asked to talk to you about marriage, you didn't want to hear about it.
Oh, so it's not how it's Oh, I see. Oh, so what you're saying is you're lying to me is my fault.
No, the only lying going around is back in our bunk.
Oh, our bunk. I think that might be a bit premature at this juncture in our conversation, if you would. No, what I'd like to know is how long you've been married and when I might speak with your wife and her other friends. These seems she's some sort of important muck with some elders or something like that in the town.
She's one of the old blood in town.
Old blood? Does that mean she's local? Or did she mate with a tree?
Oh, you're funny. He basically slides another drink. Drink. You look weary. She was born and bred in Red Larch.
Right, and where are you from?
I came to Red Larch a few years ago.
And she caught your eye, did she?
Well, pretty much you can't get involved in Red Larch unless you know one of the folks that have been in town.
We're kind of super inbred.
they kind of pull all the strings, if you know what I mean.
Their roots are very tangled.
a bit.
That's why they're paying so much attention. Fresh blood.
Then.
Oh no, more of just gossipy. You know how the old folks can usually be in a town.
Oh yeah, gossiping and controlling trade and business and making sure you can't start your own business unless you espouse their beliefs and marry into their group. Oh, indeed, that's just like gossip, that is. I never think that was anything, untoward or
Dirty-handed.
Oh, underhanded indeed, right? Dirty-handed. So, no, I'd be delighted to speak with your wife. I think she and I have some things to discuss, and her gossipy friends, perhaps. And then you and I will have another conversation after that, and we'll see about this, happy smile you seem to be
Thinking a
displaying.
ladle upside the head.
Well, if you want to see her, she is usually over at her stoneworks.
She's a stonemason.
Quarry?
She actually, her family owns the quarry.
Oh, they own the quarry. Is it? And you here brewing ale. You have nothing to do with quarry and rock.
No, usually that's why she's never here at the tavern. She stays at her old family home when she's not working at the quarry.
And how long have you been married?
About 7-8 years.
Oh, you can't even remember. Well, do you even see her very often? I mean, if she's always staying out at the quarry.
Usually 2 or 3 times a 10-day.
Oh, well, that's marriage.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, we're not here to judge the marriage.
Well,
just
I'm
the
judging
wife.
the marriage because, suddenly I'm in the middle of the marriage. Is she rather fond of the color brown, your wife?
She's a bit dreary when it comes to the clothes. She doesn't wear a lot of colors.
Oh, does she have a fine cloak?
Not that I've seen her take out except for when going to church.
Oh, church is it? And what does she worship exactly at church?
Pretty much we all go to the All Faith Shrine, and you do a gesture with your hands.
He's
do. Like
familiar at all to you?
Beautiful dove. Was something wrong with your fingers? And he basically reaches out and coddles your hand and tries to hold your hand in a sweet gesturing way as he guides your hand to your bug.
I take the mug in my hands. I smile. I take a sip. And then I whack him upside the head.
and the mug shatters as he just looks at you like, what?
Next time, just tell a lass that you have, a marital situation. It gives a girl an opportunity to make her own decisions about that sort of thing, rather than being surprised after saving a bunch of children out of a hole in the middle of your town. It's not the sort of surprise one likes to find while on an adventure saving children. Just,
I like to keep things up board.
Right.
Above board there.
So you and I will talk after I've had a word with your wife.
Okay, and he basically gives you vague directions to where you'd find her shop.
All right.
Okay.
Perhaps he's used to the spousal abuse.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
He's used to pitchers flying across the tap house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, why'd you look at me?
Do I hear anything else in the midst of my ranting?
Once
You
come
do
down,
hear
calm
that
down.
they're with that 18 there, that there's some rowdiness going on outside in the area. Of course, there's also some rowdiness going around the druid as he's telling his story to everybody. Because, of course, everybody wants to hear the story all over from scratch.
So there I stood, one hand blocking every blow that went to my comrades, the other trying to mend their wounds with the very power of nature.
Is he surrounded by mugs?
He does have empty mugs and full mugs being presented regularly.
I'll saunter over there and I'll take one of his full mugs.
Okay.
And I'll drink it. And I'll give him a knowing look and an eyebrow.
Okay.
I
Embellished is not lying.
No, there were some gaps in your tale, that's all.
I don't know. I think if anyone would remember the tale, it would be the people standing.
Somebody that had a tail.
That's right.
Back to the story.
There's
Okay.
tail.
And you guys notice nobody's really keeping an eye out, but nobody's seen Silvio since you guys got out of the hole.
I think he got murderified.
Murder. He probably got a better offer somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the discussion. The sheriff is basically exchanging with you, and when you tell him about the dead bodies down there, he immediately is, holy shit.
Oh, and the dwarves.
I love these.
That's right.
Yeah, the dwarven
we have,
ruins.
yeah, that's right. We had the one guy admit that they killed the dwarves from
Right.
Mirabar. The retinue.
And
From the forges
caravan.
of Mirabar.
No, Xander, you have to say it.
No, I mean, guys, it's just that they're from the forges of Mirabar.
Thank you. Thank you. It's just not the same if you don't say it that way.
Not.
Is that where the dwarves are from?
That's where the dwarves
yes.
are from. Yeah,
Pretty
that
much
was
the sheriff at this point, he's more concerned with the fact that you're finding corpses and people murdered under town than this barbarian thing. And he turns around to the barbarian and he asks you, what crimes did you commit for them to trust you up like this?
Oh, I've committed a lot of crimes. The only crime here was not being patient enough with their stupid answers.
Okay, he looks at the gal who's been, starting this little lynch mob and basically says, cut him loose before I have to do it myself.
Okay, I'm going to make a strength check, a rage, and I'm just going to pop out.
Okay, go ahead, give me a roll.
I always have advantage when I do this anyway. Oh, 8 plus 5? 12, maybe?
Hey, they're lousy
Okay.
farmers.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
rope,
Bad
your
rope.
bindings
It's
break.
really dry rot.
Yeah,
Dry rot.
As you break out, and the sheriff just kind of looks at you, gives you that up and down assessment look, and just says, "Don't start any trouble while you're in town." And he kind of glances at Kriv and Talon. Can he be your responsibility while he's here? Being fellow outsiders.
Because I haven't
and all.
seen her yet, have
Yeah.
I?
You've
Of the
only
temple,
seen
so
these
I
two.
don't know that they're with her.
It's like, yes, this
Okay.
For the
man.
moment,
This man is. Yeah.
I'm hoping you're going to be dealing with looking over to this other lady, her.
And of course, he looks at her. What do you mean, her?
You don't
Our
know who
pri-
she is.
No.
You don't know if she's the elder.
Oh,
You were
I
given
don't.
names, but you don't know her personally because you
That's
never
right.
went and talked to her beforehand.
Better the barbarians stay with us than with the rest of you townsfolk who don't seem to understand what don't seem to welcome
Goddamn
the
bunch of inbred
unusual.
idiots.
Okay. So pretty much
frontier.
about that
Not much
time,
of a town for crossroads if you don't like outsiders.
So I'm gonna go. I assume
Good
I can
point.
find my meager belongings. So.
But
Okay,
they're
yeah,
scared
they
right now.
basically had your things and some people were pawing through your belongings to find what's
Oh,
there.
I'm just gonna. Is
And-
somebody pawing through 'em when I get over there? I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Oh yeah, you see some dude like poking
I'm just
through.
gonna punch him right in the face.
Okay, you basically go up there and you do the barbarian bitch
But
slap.
you're not
Yeah.
trying to kill him, right?
Oh no, I
No,
don't.
no, he's just...
And he basically lands ass in the dirt. You don't have to roll. I'll give that one to you. Ass in the dirt, and he just looks at you like, what? It's a little bit of blood trickles down
Yeah.
his cheek. And the sheriff just looks at the two of you.
It's like,
He's
hey,
got
we would have
almost
done the same
nothing.
thing.
Okay.
He's knocking
So-
out a thief.
So, Gary, quick question. When you rolled the 1d100 for your random tchotchke item,
Oh,
what
I
did you
didn't.
get? Oh, you didn't?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead and roll
Oh,
a
yeah.
1d100.
Is this like my dragon talon
Yep,
and
like-
stuff like that?
I don't remember.
Is it a kitten? Is it a kitten? Did I get a kitten? I love
Oh.
32.
Kitten. 32 kittens,
32.
actually. 32 kittens and a kitten.
32 kittens and a catapult.
Yeah, we get you.
32 kittens
Oh,
with a fuse.
32
Besides,
is a
trebuchets work
knife
better.
that belonged to a relative. That's actually really
Ah,
good for a
good one.
barbarian.
Good for shanking.
Shake, shake, shake.
Shake, shake,
No,
shake.
no, you gotta
Shake
shake
that
it.
shake your dagger. Shake the dagger. No, you can't shank a dagger.
Shank the bad guy
Shank
with the dagger.
yeah.
God damn.
Shake the
God.
bull rock.
Yeah.
Damn barbarians. I haven't seen the outside of a city in decades. Fools.
Okay, so pretty much the sheriff tells you guys that he definitely needs to look into this, and he asks you where the person that you're referring to that named names is.
Oh yeah,
Prisoner.
he's being held held
At the
prisoner
All Faith
and
Temple.
at the All Faith Temple and stuff. So he must have his penance or whatever. You can
Okay.
say the clerics,
Pretty much
yeah.
he asks you guys to take your new friend and meet him in the tap house as soon as he wants to discuss with all of you what you found down there.
Okay, you sir, I will buy you a drink.
Okay, and of course, you know, the gal that's leading this lynch mob's looking at
That's
you
good
like,
because I have no money.
It's like, and may I ask your name, madam?
Ooh.
I am Alibiri Melico.
Does this-
Very
Bad.
nice.
With a name like that.
By
Does this,
the way, that's the tap keeper's wife.
Oh,
Does this ring a
name
bell
announced
to-
from familiar or?
That's
Uh,
funny.
it-
the guy
You called him a tap
rattled
keeper
off?
and she
It
was
comes
tapping
off as
that.
one of the names you were told about.
It's like, we'll be seeing you later as well.
Give me an insight.
I have no
Since
insight.
you guys
We
suck at
already
insight, we'll have
determined
you do
that.
insight again.
18.
Oh, actually, I got an 18.
Both of you notice she's quite nervous looking when you say that comment, and you seem to have missed earlier nervousness when you're discussing the what's under, because all of a sudden you hear some people
Crow's
in the
eyes
crowd talking about
Flash.
We suspect her. Yeah.
dwarven catacombs under the town. Who knew? And she makes this look like nothing.
No, we'll have to bring all the elders together and make them accountable.
Okay.
Just
So-
saying. Yeah.
So you guys are heading off with your new friend. Is your new
The
friend going to
tavern.
introduce himself?
Yes.
No.
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 Okay. He's not, and that's okay.
He's the strong,
I'm not very
silent type.
charismatic, so.
Oh, I'm
we
super
decide.
uncharismatic.
I will slap him on the back of the shoulder and say, "My name is Kriv."
Griff. Blackhand. He may have made that name up because he's missing most of a hand. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm Talon of the Hidden Forest tribe.
You might know about him, but they're hidden.
No, I don't know jack about the outside.
Okay.
I'm not outdoors.
So as you guys are heading to the tap house, all of a sudden Sister Solace is heading from the church to the tap house.
Now, do I see her now?
So, okay, I dropped him off.
Yeah, you dropped
She
him
is
off.
And the
super
core-
distinctive, right?
She's
Oh yeah,
super
I am.
Okay.
tiefling.
I am I have red
Yeah,
skin
yeah, okay,
with
so
a gold with
I'll take the
yellow
sword
robes.
out.
She's hard to miss.
Now I finally. Like I was like, where's the woman with horns? Oh, I don't know. Punch. Where's the? It's not that.
Now we know why you got all tied up. Where's the woman with
How
horns?
complicated could it be? No, it was that one. So no, as soon as I see her, he does not look like he's doing this of his own free will.
Okay.
So just pulls out his sword,
Oh,
drops.
he's
to
doing
his
it! Look.
May the grace of
Pelor.
Pelor brought me. Yeah, it needs to be reminded. The grace of Pelor brought me to this place. Lady Solace.
Right, sir. What? How can I help you,
Father Varric.
brother?
Brother Varric
And how is he?
He is well, and hopes you are well after your...
Well, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I'll whisper. But that's, he's sent by him. So, cool. So he says something like that. So, Rise, I am your servant.
My servant? No, Rise, sir. I do not require a servant, but I can always use another friend. What is your name?
Lackhand.
Hi, Lackhand. You may call me Solus if
He
you
looks
prefer.
less controlled right now. He did his little geese thing, so until combat starts, he'll be fine.
Okay. Okay, and as this happens, the sheriff's looking at you, and he doesn't want to interrupt this moment of why is all this happening in my little township? and as soon as you guys have your moment, he kind of gestures to have a moment with you.
How can I help
Is
you?
everybody getting romantic? Come on.
No.
That kind
He's
of
like-
Ask if he's married.
It's a
First thing.
sidebar.
First thing.
But we
Not
know
going
he's
through this
married.
shit over and over.
We already know he's
as he-
married.
How may I help you?
Is it true that you took the prisoner to the All Faith Shrine?
Yes, he has expressed his wish to serve penance for his crimes.
It's supposed to be brutally
Okay.
murdered by a bear.
And basically, he
Yeah.
gestures you to see your friend slipping in the tap house with the crowd dispersing in the background.
Wait. Are we in tap house again?
Yes. And he mentions for you to please, wait for him in the tap house. He wants to hear the whole story from you as a group, and he wants to go speak to the prisoner at the moment. And
He is in Father Ildar's hands at present.
then he won't be escaping anytime soon.
No, he has already seen to that, but he will serve this community henceforward to pay for his crimes.
And I will see to that.
Thank
You
you.
know,
Okay.
he's
Just as the
sheriff's
sheriff's walking
stepping
off,
up.
just as the sheriff's walking off, you trust the father to keep the prisoner in sights at all times. Do
He's
you?
chained.
Well, do you want to explain to them how he's chained?
I was like,
Erotically.
Basically,
Sorry.
in a less S&M sort of way, she explains to you that he's wearing ceremonial
it's
Church of Cord. Basically, it's penance manacles. They're huge, massive stone manacles bolted to his arms and his legs. So he's basically carrying 20 pounds on each limb.
When she's done, I'll say, it's not him I worry about. Scared animals have a way of doing unexpected things.
Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I do not think we have so much to worry about for him. But if the elders are involved, we may have to worry for his life.
That's what I was thinking.
He may be. We need to. I'm going to go back and warn the
usually
sheriff
happens.
and
It
the
depends
priest
on-
You know, against
that
sport.
under no circumstances is this man to be left alone. Actually, I think I already told
You
him
already
that last time.
that was already
Because
said.
his
Yeah.
life needs to be protected.
Because you were afraid of retribution.
Yes, because if the elders are involved, because that's right, I did tell Imdar,
Yep.
Father Imdar, that they include that his allegations toward the things, so that he might be, assassins might be sent to silence him.
I think you are.
He is finally telling the truth, and this
And-
must be supported.
And
but
you
he
do
could be
remember that the
silenced.
priests get rotated fairly often at the church. You think you can trust the priests. I'll
I
throw
can
that little
trust the
seed of
priest.
doubt there.
Actually, it's one of my thing is I actually already have one that I still haven't
'Cause
used.
I'm pretty
That
sure
is
as
like
soon as we finish the role-playing
that
session,
one of
everyone will have one.
my
so-
flaw is that
Also,
my purity.
rowdiness.
My flaw
That's
is
right.
Well, like I said, everybody.
my flaw
Oh,
is
that's
that
right,
my
though.
purity sometimes leads me to blindly trust those who profess faith in my God or
What about those are bees found?
yeah.
So,
I think we are overestimating how far these town elders will go. I think they're pawns for for whatever's really going on. There is something else from what that man said. I think even the elders don't realize how evil this has been.
My clan refused. Theirs didn't. They're going to do whatever it takes to protect them because they didn't.
They sided with evil in order to protect their meager lives. Well,
And yet more of them fall, or at least more outsiders fall.
but the misery and evil that they are causing, their souls are damned anyways. They are scared and weak.
I'm not so much worried about them after they pass. I'm worried about what they'll do before they do. So,
I
if you
think-
trust the priest back at the temple, I'm fine with that.
I think the leaders, once they know how evil they have been, and we show them that, they will not participate any further.
We'll see.
And if they do wish to participate, then they will meet the end of our arrows and swords.
There's
exciting.
a lot to be said for people who don't have power to resist.
They're weak, I said. They're cowards. They're scared. They'll do anything. I want to know who's behind this cult.
Was your home burned down?
No, but
Then please.
they are out of whoever is
Let's talk
causing
to them
this
first.
is causing nature to be out of balance.
Yes, but let's talk to them first.
Yes, we must talk to them.
Okay.
So
Oh,
there
I
are
didn't
s-
say that.
Sister-
I'm saying that
Sister Solace
the
basically
town
walks
elders
in
are
and-
idiots and they're being pawns for this whatever else is going on.
Okay, so
Paraphrase that.
so you've got the druid over there still, filling
So
it.
there I stood, almost slipping over in my comrade's blood, in each hand holding back 2, maybe even 3 warriors from delivering a fatal blow.
I'm drinking his.
As
his
I walk in,
pints.
I'm like, oh, that would be my Thunderwave friend.
No. If you remember, you were blindly chasing after the cultist when I was protecting our comrades. There I stood, and with a great heave threw them off.
Friends. While I applaud your performance with these, retelling of the tale of your heroism, we must ask your friends to leave, and we must take this table for ourselves, for our group. We will be expecting the sheriff momentarily.
There's enough room for everyone.
This is not for their discussion.
Well, actually, if you want, there's a more private table. In the
Oh,
corner
well then,
there.
we're moving
If
to
you
the private
can pull
table.
him
You
and a
can.
few of his tankards over to that
Yes.
table.
So please
Who are
come.
we to decide what they hear? I mean, it's their town. They should know what's going on.
I think she just wants to talk privately, right?
Yes, and
Yeah.
and I would also like to introduce you to my friend here, Wackhand.
You seem to have a hand.
Yeah, 2 fingers are missing, and there's a scar
Well,
there.
that's it. Well, I'll be back soon.
And there's a table full of tankards if the barbarian would like a drink.
No, if he's gonna wait till someone comes bringing things.
Okay.
Well, I'll grab the tankards.
He's got some more. So
Miss
when everybody
O'Toole grabs a handful of tankards.
when everybody sits down, I'm just gonna position myself outside the table, kind of near her. I'm not sitting down.
Okay.
Looking around.
Please, Wackhand,
No,
join us.
I've been fine. I've been sitting all day. I gotta stretch my muscles.
Okay.
Do some deep breathing.
Yeah, he almost has neck stretch too.
Do you require a pass?
What?
Do you require food?
Oh no, I'm fine.
And pretty much at that moment, the barmaid, she comes by with this huge bread platter that she puts on the table. It smells delicious, honey bread with some fresh churned butter. And she, basically is looking to see if you guys want any food while you're here. And then she kind of...
Yeah, I haven't eaten in a while. I'll eat.
I will pay her for the food and beverages.
A shank of
I
whatever
assume I've
is
been-
best.
Okay.
You said shark.
I assume I've been given food.
Oh, yes, people have been throwing things to keep you talking,
Remember?
Mostly tomatoes.
Hey,
Okay, so after about 2 hours...
I'm gonna pull out some pemmican from my bag. I'm gonna eat
Okay.
that, and if the barmaid, when she comes close, I'm gonna whisper to her, "Do you have a pot back there?
I do.
Yeah, boil some water for me. Bring it out."
And she gives you a little polite curtsy. Because in barbarian society, you must be polite.
Oh, shit about barbarians. Except for this knife. I haven't seen one in years. Pretty
Okay.
stabby, though. Stabby
So
knife.
she
Stabby,
goes to
stabby.
work cleaning up this table full of tankards, Some people are just getting recycled ale.
The gnome
Okay.
or the halfling.
Okay, so you guys
He's
are you
usually
guys
so wasted,
discussing
notice.
anything while you're there killing time before the sheriff gets back?
Maybe you could tell us that you met someone.
Oh, romantically, that's so nice.
I met
No,
Oh.
you met the elder.
Oh yes, we met the tavern keeper's
Like how you
elder
met-
wife.
Right.
Well, you don't know it's the tavern keeper's wife.
I think you said we recognized the name.
No.
Oh.
Well,
You
tell us-
recognize the name
He
from
was
the
out of
snitch
character.
who gave you the
Okay,
information.
well,
That's
we
where you recognize
still
him.
we met one of the elders
What is
who
her name?
wanted to string up our barbarian friend here.
Well, which one?
For what crime?
Well, I wouldn't blame them. Lots of people like to string me out. So.
You seem far too charming for me to want to string you up. You seem like a nice fellow.
Yeah, I'm really nice.
From what I see, his only crime is being a barbarian.
Well, that's not a crime at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
perhaps
we're-
a crime
We
against
would not
I don't
have
know,
let it
they're
happen.
They're pretty shanky.
Well, they are pretty shanky, but then again, my clan was also pretty shanky.
So when she mentions the name, are you mentioning?
What
Yeah,
is
we're
her
gonna say-
name? Could somebody say her name?
Yeah,
please?
because it was really hard to say.
Albiri.
Albiri something.
Milico.
I'm not going to remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Albiri.
And you recognize that because you were just told that name.
Oh, really? You met Albiri, did you?
Yes.
She's prettier than me?
That is the name of one of the elders. Yes.
Wait. It is the name of one of the elders. You know that. You were there.
Oh, hey, it's the name of an elder.
I think the marriage thing was getting her more than the elder thing.
No, I know.
Who
Yeah,
happens
Herb
to
doesn't know
be
that yet.
married to the barkeeper.
What
as
do you know of her?
As she glances at the bar, the barkeeper gives her sweet little finger wave.
Baring her teeth at him.
Well, you know, such behavior is common in nature.
That's far better than the shrew he's married to.
From the sound of it, yeah.
She's
We didn't
as
like
much
her at
fun
all.
as a cold slab of granite.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's terrible, that is.
Yeah. From her own quarry.
You know, I might forgive him eventually. But right now, it's a matter of principle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I certainly should have been up front.
Right?
Oh no, he was. No, I'm not gonna say it. I was like, keep it down.
Maybe you know why the elders hate outsiders so badly.
Right? Well, if they wouldn't be so darn, clammy with all that clay, probably be, a bit better.
There are
all
certain
the way
situations
around.
where that's unavoidable.
What clay?
Clamminess.
But
All right, let's.
So what plans did you guys discuss?
Well, like
going
I've
to have
already
to
mentioned that I think that these idiot townkeepers were scared and would do anything, and it's whoever's running the cult that's
We
the
need
problem.
to get the sheriff and we need to collect the elders and we need to discuss this.
What use is discussion going to be?
Well,
Obviously, they're
I think we
set in
should
their roles.
bring forth their crimes in front of everyone.
we discuss things with them, perhaps, possibly, at the end of a bow and arrow, or a violent sword, or a shanky dagger.
Or a smashing
Bell melody.
mug.
Yeah, did you guys hear that
Oh,
music?
It's the computer.
No, I don't.
Yeah, what music?
It's the music of our souls.
I'm hearing things.
Singing
Audio
on the-
hallucinations.
Okay, so
Criv says it's essential that the town needs more capable defenders and more people to flush out such inadequate leaders. However, we can't fault the elders right now, and certainly the town still needs leadership. What we should focus on is getting the defenders up to snuff. And he's obviously implying the sheriff.
But if the elders are undermining everything that the defenders do, we must protect the general populace. Must not. I mean, I do not think that the
It
general
needs to be a
populace.
mutual
Expose the
trust.
elders and show the town what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be a mutual trust. Whether they choose new elders or not is another story.
It is simply men trying to impose laws on what there isn't for. Why don't we just confront these elders?
Thank you.
That's
Okay.
what I say.
So pretty much you've eaten. This is where you wrap the conversation.
But I feel
About
the
that
sheriff should
point,
be
the
at that.
sheriff
Oh, yeah.
is coming into the tap house, and he's got a scroll in his hand. As soon as he walks up, he kind of nonchalantly tosses the scroll on the table. It kind of rolls open. You recognize two of the names that are written on the scroll. There's two of the names that you were given
As the elders.
as
and
the elders.
involved.
Yep, that are involved in this.
What's on the scroll?
Do you look at it because it kind of
Yeah.
it rolls itself back up?
Yeah.
And basically, it's a signed confession.
Oh,
From
So
the dude.
okay, so I'm going to look over it, and when people look at me, I'm like, yes, I can read. I'm not a goddamn barbarian.
Because the sheriff gives
He's
you
got
that kind
barbarian
of,
tattoos on the cornrows, but other than that, he's not like.
the sheriff gives you an idea like, is he reading that or just looking at the pretty pictures?
Punch him right in the face.
Like, yes, I can read.
He sits down and you just see he gestures for two mugs to be brought over to him, and he kind of grabs
Did
some
my
leftover.
boiled water show up, man?
Your
Super
boiled
thirsty.
water showed up when all the food did. Yeah.
God, super thirsty. How many
Okay.
dry?
You drink
It's very
boiled
true.
water or make tea?
No, just boiled water.
So that way you know it's safe to
Safe
drink.
to drink.
Well,
it's
yeah.
safe to drink. Yeah.
But it's like, does he let it cool?
If you add lemon, if you add
No,
lemon,
but
it
you don't
helps
want drinking
cleanse the
straight
liver.
water in
Yeah.
medieval times.
And if
No.
you're eating pancake, it's super jerky. It's basically
Yeah.
super beef jerky.
But I mean, like in pseudo-medieval times, you don't want to be just drinking straight tap water.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's why I drink the ale.
Yeah, for the rest of the game, I'm not available. I'll be right there.
So the sheriff,
Where's the
Where's
Lurch's
the
revenge?
Oh.
Where's the lavatory?
so the sheriff sits down, and when his mugs, he just polishes the first mug off, puts it down, and then just starts slowly sipping his second one, saying, "I've got a problem in this town.
You have a very big problem in this town.
I
Yeah,
have
everybody's an idiot.
very, very big problem in this town.
Yes, your council is corrupt.
Yes."
And
I
murderous.
recommend
It's-
that you also train up more people and keep yourself in better shape than working at the butcher shop all day.
Well, perhaps you'd like us to help you with your wee problem.
I
Move
would
your
definitely
apron.
appreciate any
If we
assistance
show
in
the
this
error
problem.
of their ways to the council, the elders, they might be able to give us the information we need to stop the cult.
And
I
possibly
believe they
stop
are
the drought.
cult.
So perhaps we should arrange a meeting with the elders, yourself and us. Perhaps we can discuss this.
Why don't we
If
invite
not,
everyone?
Yes, show
We
the
will
whole
have
town up
to-
what they've done.
Make arrangements.
I think that is an amazing plan. So are you saying that you're willing to help me with this? Since being outsiders, I could trust you more than the people who've grown up in this village,
Yes.
this town?
We seek only to aid you.
Of course, we'll be part of the Hot Fuzz.
I love that
Which is
movie.
a
It's a really,
great
it's a
movie.
great
So
movie.
I-
Oh my
I-
God,
it works really well in this scenario.
Yeah.
It shows, like, in real life, if you were the best cop, you wouldn't be like the hero cop. They'd put you in Nowheresville.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Because you make it look
I
bad.
love that movie.
I love that
And,
movie.
and pretty much at this moment, when he takes another drag off his ale and puts the mug down and says, "As of this moment, you are all deputized in the town of Red Larch.
Oh, do I get a badge?
I think I can find some badges for you."
They don't need no stinking badges.
I had to. I had to. I'm sorry.
You
I
did.
think that's a brilliant idea.
So I'm
People should
deputized
know
in the
who they're
city
dealing
now.
with.
Right.
Ah,
You're deputized.
this is a horrible tragedy.
I think that we need to make these
Gotta be to get on
set
the
this meeting very, very soon, so as not to allow the cult to recuperate,
Do it
regain
now.
their strength, reorganize and restructure.
You're the sheriff.
give
right?
me
Call the elders.
You're the sheriff, right?
Call the
Yes.
elders immediately.
Use whatever power you have left that you haven't squandered butchering pigs to gather the elders in the center of the town.
Damn, he just called him out straight to his face. All right. You know what? Hey, just so you know,
He,
the sheriff's been up with this.
he purses his lips and goes, "Chickens. I butcher chickens."
I'm sure they quake in fear of your skills.
Oh, you
Now,
know,
are we going to talk more about poultry, or are we going to solve a problem?
I'm sure you can
Well,
manufacture
then.
something that would get the elders' attention.
And basically,
That's what happens when you have a butcher and a druid talking.
Sounds like the worst,
And
the worst joke
let's say
ever.
a pirate druid.
A
Just
pirate
saying.
druid.
Pirate
I think his
druid.
A
ultimate thing
vegan
is he's gonna
pirate
his
druid.
version of a ship is going to be one of those sleds that goes across land pulled by a bear. Only he's going to be the bear
Yes.
pulling the trainee druid.
That is.
No, it's not.
So basically, he's going to call a council tonight when the sun sets, because apparently they normally have the council meetings in private, but he's going to pull a public one in front of
Yeah.
the
To discuss the
sinkhole,
problems in the city.
and
Yeah.
basically
And
he's
then if anybody happens to fall in the hole, things happen.
he's going to play it off that it's in regards to telling everyone about the
the hole.
sinkhole.
well, it
If
is.
you're willing to support him on that.
It is about the sinkhole. If
Sure.
you think about it.
There is
Yeah.
nothing dishonest in
Well,
that.
I'll be trying to rally people to go.
Okay. Because they want to hear your story again. Because you can tell them, I'll tell the story again at the sinkhole.
Not only will I tell the story, we'll have the others. Now, many of them fell in conflict, so they cannot tell. But the two that did not, now they can tell of my bravery.
Okay, so basically
You were
he's
pretty
setting
brave.
up they need to make sure that they've got like a, and of course at that point, of course the tab keeper's like, well, I can donate 3 barrels of ale Because it's always
Hey,
better
if
when you
you
have a
feed them,
public
they will
meeting
come.
to
Everyone
liquor.
knows if you have a
I
meeting.
don't know. Do we want
I would
people
like
two
to.
barrels of ale right
As-
next to a yawning open pit?
I was
Let
like,
them go.
I would
Well-
also like to point out that his wife is an elder, and I don't know if I necessarily would like to drink anything that brings to her summit.
Well,
This guy's drank like 5 gallons of it, so
Yes,
he's
but-
still okay.
At this point, it's closing the barn door.
You know,
He
I
hasn't
don't
had time
think
to prepare.
that.
I think I'm fine drinking it now.
Yeah,
I,
But I
she just
agree,
found
I'm not
out we
gonna
were
be having-
suspicious.
I'm not going to be having the kids while there.
Yes,
No, but it'll be
it's
good
there,
to-
present. She
to
doesn't
calm-
quite know that we have. a
don't
yet.
worry, I'll stay here. If she tries to enter, I'll make sure she can't get in.
He's going to guard the beer. Let's.
Okay.
Yeah, the elders.
Yes, I will guard the beer.
He's
Quite
The
the guy-
elders do not know yet that we do have a prisoner who has a signed confession.
Or at least we don't
So
know
we
that.
need to try and
Yeah,
keep
at this
this.
point, let's be honest, probably dead.
And basically, on the confession, he basically names the 3 most important people on this confession.
oh,
Marlandro, he's the gentleman who runs basically it's a used goods shop. Basically, it's a pawn shop in the adventure world where you would basically go and sell stuff that you looted. And he basically offers credit. Then we, of course, have the lady who runs the stoneworks and owns the quarry.
Mhm. Who's married to the barkeep?
And the druid recognizes Ilmeth, the gentleman who owns the wagon works. Remember where the halfling worked? The drunk halfling?
Oh, yeah.
That's right. He was complaining
says
about his
his
horrible
boss.
boss.
With the
And the
secret door
masks,
and the
yes.
masks.
Oh, yeah.
And those are 3 of the main names that the sheriff has written down on his piece
So
of
should
paper.
anyone try to rally any other deputies that he has to be any amount of skilled? Because from what I've seen, they're useless.
Well, from what I've seen, they've been turned to the
Only
under
one
his
that we
nose,
know of.
apparently.
Or they're just local boys, and you
They're
know.
just local
Yeah.
boys.
It's like
These,
Captain
these
America
people
Winter
are
Soldier.
idiots.
Yeah.
They're like, they're just desperate.
race.
God, that show was so good.
Hell, calamari.
I like it. Paulson because he's like a dad, not a dad.
Okay, so pretty much there's a gathering that's going to happen. Torches are being lit. The gathering begins. And that's a great place to wrap it up there.
Ooh. Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok Story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to D&D Journey of the 5th edition, a member of the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And remember, be careful out there. There be dragons